Meanwhile, the governor forced lawmakers into session all weekend to discuss tax raises. Although senators believed the governor couldn't force them into special session repeatedly, the Attorney General said otherwise.
The legislature believed that the governor did not have the power to call them into special session once they had already been called into a special session and were on recess. However, the Attorney General opined over the weekend that the governor does have the power to call lawmakers into special session as many times as he would like. Hence, senators were in session on both Saturday and Sunday to discuss the governor's latest proposal to raise the business privilege tax. This particular version was sent down by the governor in Bill 16S. It would raise the BPT by 2% up to 6%, create a GMH stabilization fund, and require weekly special economic service meetings to address the FY 2018 revenue shortfall and the FY 2019 budget. The raise would be immediate and would last for 1 year. After a year, the tax rate would drop down to 4.75%, with that 0.75% being dedicated to GMH. On Saturday, senators began with questions about GUAM finances during the Committee of the Whole. Specifically, Vice Speaker Therese Terlahi wanted to know if passing the governor's tax raise bill immediately would result in immediate cash that could keep the police and fire stations open.
All right, with an immediate enactment date of increase of 2% to the existing 4% BPT rate, is it correct to state that the government of Guam will not realize these new and additional revenues until April 20?
That's correct.
And if the legislature passed a new sales tax, according to Bill 249, that adds a 2% on top of the 4% BPT and made that effective in 30 days, is it correct to state that the government will not realize these new and additional revenues until May?
That's correct, and we're facing a $67 million cash shortfall since February 1st.
Senators then recessed until Sunday, where they had discussions on Senator Dennis Rodriguez Jr.'s amendment to replace the BPT increase with taxes on insurance premiums and on the banking industry. They also continue to ask questions of the governor's fiscal team and the chiefs of police and fire regarding things like breakdowns of overtime.
Senators asked for some information that the fiscal team did not have readily available on Sunday, so ultimately the legislature decided to recess until Tuesday morning, that's tomorrow, to allow the governor's fiscal team to get the information they've requested.